There's something evil in this house.
I actually saw an apparition.
This is even getting too much for me.
Scary.
Living in this house made me a believer.
It was conjured up, and it was headed right for you.
You're freaking me out.
Hey, it's David Levin for Wise Brother Media and Pop Goes the Culture, and today I am talking to one of the greatest psychic mediums alive today and working today. I'm talking to Kim Russo, the host of LMN's The Haunting of, and the author of The Happy Medium. Kim, welcome to Pop Goes the Culture.
Hi, David. Thank you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Truth in Advertising, you and I know each other. We've worked together on The Haunting of and a few other things, and so I'm really glad to talk to you on my show today.
I know. I'm so excited to be here.
So you've got a very exciting weekend coming up. Tell me what's going on with The Haunting of, since it's been off the air for a little while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit frustrating for the fans and, of course, for myself, not knowing when they would be airing the 8 unseen episodes that I filmed of The Haunting of. And finally, the network came to a decision to make a whole day marathon. And I'm so excited that it will be on a weekend when everyone can tune in. It's starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and it's running all the way through the early evening hours. So you will get to see celebrities such as the rapper T-Boz. She was wonderful.
Yep,
Eric
from
Balfour.
TLC, right?
Right. Kevin Sorbo.
Hercules.
Yeah. You know, it was very interesting to see Hercules, the big, strong man, you know, crying, you know, bringing him to tears. Yeah, but in such a loving, good way, of course. All these celebrities were wonderful. Ernie Hudson, I mean, he's been with the Ghostbuster team forever, you know.
So how did it feel for him to confront actual ghosts in real life?
Well, I'll tell you, he was... I really thought his head was going to spin around after finding out what we found out, and after me giving him a reading. I tell you, there was no script to be had, and
right.
I think having it as raw as it was and real as it was, I don't think he expected it. But I will say, he really, really was so engaging and lovely, and we became friends, and his son was there, and we filmed with his son. So it was a family affair, and it became a little bit therapeutic, I have to say.
Well, your shows always are a little bit, I think. There's always secrets revealed and people, you know, uncovering things or seeing things that they really did not expect.
That's so true, because the celebrities coming in, so many of them, they think they're just going on a ghost hunt, and I'm going to tell them what it is that I see in the particular location where they had this experience. But they wind up getting so much more than that. I start to tap into their energy, and at that moment I can tell if they want certain things revealed or not. But then once I tell them things that are so real that nobody else could know, it's as if they can't get enough.
Yeah. Well, you can't listen. The stuff that you uncover about these celebrities or about the past, this is not stuff you can Google.
Exactly, and many of them have said that on air. Like, I can sort of see their skepticism in the beginning, and I totally get it, because a lot of information is already out there on the Internet about these celebrities. But when I bring up very personal information about their relatives and perhaps even conversations they had with their relatives, something inside of them shifts, and their energy just relaxes, and then they start to take me seriously. And in almost every episode, I can gauge when that actually happens, when they start to really take me seriously. And then it's like we really get down to business at that point.
I think the audience really loves those moments where a skeptical star sort of, you can see in their face, and suddenly they're looking at you different.
That's so true. And not only can the audience see it, it's very, very evident. It's right there. And most of them will even say it to me. They'll say, wow, I guess, you're no joke, huh? You're the real deal, huh? I say, well, gee, I'd like to think so. Thank you.
I saw the episode. Well, tell me, who is your biggest skeptic?
Joey Pantaleone was pretty skeptical. He told me straight out. He said, "You maybe were able to Google that." He told me that. And in the very next second of the show, I had given him a conversation that he had with a cab driver the day before in the town where he just landed to meet me. And I said, well, was that it? Was I able to Google that conversation that you had with the cab driver? And I really think at that moment he wanted to eat his words. It was quite funny.
And you've also had a few who came in just ready to okay, just tell me everything. Give me, you've run the gamut, haven't you?
I have, but I have to say, I've had maybe one very unpleasant experience in the whole 6 seasons, which is over 80 episodes.
Yeah.
So that tells you a lot. I had one very, very difficult celebrity who I care not to remember too much.
Okay, well that's cool. You've had some really unexpected and emotional moments where somebody just really just on camera had a moment where you just had to sort of back off and let that moment happen. How do you deal with that when something like that happens? I mean, you're quote unquote, as you've put it in the past, just the messenger. But, it's not just the medium as the messenger, if you'll pardon the expression, but it's also what you're telling them and then you having to deal with the reactions.
Yeah, that is true. I never know how people will react. Sometimes I hit a soft spot with them that they don't want to reveal, and I've had many a celebrity, although most of them, I will say the majority of them, will allow certain things to be aired. But there was a moment that I'll never forget with Nadine Velazquez, where it was very apparent that she had been molested, sexually molested. And in that moment, they break down. It's a very real, raw memory for them, and perhaps they didn't expect it to come up.
Right.
So in that moment, they're wondering, should I reveal this? Should I not reveal this? And she took me to the side. She was so lovely and gracious, and she said, I'm contemplating whether I should allow this on television because no one knows about this. This will be the first time it was ever revealed. And I would never push them one way or another.
Right.
And she said to me, I guess it could help a lot of people who have been through the same thing.
Yeah.
She says, don't you think? And I looked at her and I said, well, I don't think, I know. I said, I know someone like you, beautiful, successful, well-known. If you can bring this to light for some people and healing.
Yep.
So she decided to go with it, and of course, I didn't have to convince her. And then I really, I received so many emails after that particular program aired with so many people telling me how after watching that episode, they had the guts to confront their molester.
Yep.
And then it gave them their power back.
That's, isn't that part of what you're trying to do, though?
That's the healing, sure.
Yeah.
Every aspect of this work should and typically does promote some type of a healing where they have buried it deep within them and they tucked it away in a little corner, but those little corners are the ones that can actually make us ill.
Right.
If we leave them unattended, you know what I mean?
Yes. So how about, Morgan Fairchild, kind of a legendary beauty from, who we know best from late 70s, early 80s, did a lot of guest shots and was on tons of shows. How was she to work with?
Morgan was lovely. But I will say this.
Yeah.
She's very, poised and, of course, refined and almost like a beauty queen would be type. She started to let her guard down, I would say, midway through the show.
Right.
And if I may say, she was one person that did not want certain things revealed that I did pick up on, and that was okay. It was nothing that would hinder my findings of the day.
Right.
You know, but so she was a little bit, I want to say, careful, guarded with her public image. But perhaps I will say that she was trying to protect some other people too. So I do respect that.
So now you've done dozens of episodes, 6 seasons. It's one of Lifetime Movie Network's highest rated shows. You set a record on the Bio Network for the highest rated show on Bio before it turned into Lifetime Movie Network. Tell me about Billy Ray Cyrus.
See, a smile comes to my face when you mention him. You couldn't see my smile. Just lovely, lovely, very deep, religious, spiritual man, way more than what the public knows. Because I've had several personal conversations with him after filming with him that day.
That was kind of a roller coaster ride show, though, wasn't it, originally?
Well, originally, I don't think he was buying what I was saying, you know. But then his father came through and mentioned his nickname that his father used to call him, and it was Bo. And of course, he told me that nobody knows that, and he really started just taking me serious at that point, like we spoke about earlier.
Right.
But after that, I mean, he sang a song for me. We did a duet together. We really, really hit it off after that.
That was a fun episode. Okay.
It was so much fun. He just was like a little kid, didn't know which room to go in first. He was so excited. He's so super into this paranormal genre that he just couldn't get enough of it, you know?
So cool. So cool. So the show is airing from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. Saturday. You've also got a book on LMN. You've also got a marathon of 8 episodes, which is crazy.
Yeah, all new, never before seen episodes.
Binge, so people can just binge all day Saturday.
Without a doubt, and people, you know, the fans have been so patient, so wonderful. Some of them have even started Facebook fan pages and websites, begging the network to buy more shows. I'm so honored. So hopefully, you know, if everyone tunes in and we get great ratings, you know how network TV works.
Well, you and I did two live Facebook Live episodes where we took Skype calls from the fans and broke Skype.
We broke Skype. I know.
So many people called in. Skype just basically said, "I give up. I can't do anymore." It just shut down right on top of us.
I know, but you know something. There were a lot of people that did get through.
Yes, we did. Yes, they did.
And nothing ever happens by chance.
We got some good people, and you got some really sort of moving moments from them. And one of the things that you and I have talked about before when we first met, when you were going to work together, and you gave me a reading, and I didn't believe anything before I met you, and I still, you know, get really, really skeptical, but you just came out and said stuff to me for a very, very, very extended reading of me, which I didn't even realize at the time just how privileged I was to get that reading, because for 90 minutes you blew me out of the water. Everything you said was accurate. There was no guesswork. You named names. You had incidents. You knew stuff that no one could know. You could Google me until the cows come home, and you would never get what you got. And I've seen you do it time and time again. And you've explained to me a million times how it works. And if I live to be 100, I'll really never understand exactly, but wow.
Thank you, David. Yeah, that was quite the reading, huh? It was.
I feel very lucky that I get that I got this. So you've got your book out now, The Happy Medium, which is doing really well on Amazon and in bookstores. You want to talk about that for a few seconds?
Yes, I'm very proud that I am now an author. And so it's something I've always wanted to do. It's called The Happy Medium, Life Lessons from the Other Side. And basically, that's exactly what the book is. I speak of my journey from the beginning of when this all happened to me as a child up to this current day where I am now. And in between, I like to teach people exactly the way I learned about this work. What you just said, you'll never understand it. But actually, the book sums it all up. It's pretty basic stuff, and I think what my forte is I break things down to its simplest form where people say, wow, I never thought of it that way. Right. And that makes sense, and that's easy enough to understand. So that's why people are really enjoying the book, because there's nothing hooky or kooky about it. It's not complicated. It's everyday life anyway. I just like to bring it to people's into their vision that what everything is, and we're all psychic every day, and we don't even realize it.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course you knew that. Because, David, I've told you how intuitive you are.
Oh, thanks.
And you are. You're very intuitive, and you know you are.
Modesty prevents me from saying anything.
Well, like I said, if you were to really hone in on your skills, you can develop something pretty incredible. But you work on your instincts on a daily basis.
Right. You should open a school.
So I've been told, David. So I've been told. And it is something I like to do more than anything, is to teach this. And in every outlet that I use, whether it be media, books, live events,
right,
I do teach this.
Yeah.
Even through every reading that I do, it's being taught.
You're going to be doing a cruise soon for Royal Caribbean, is that correct?
I am in October 16th to the 22nd. There's all kinds of excursions on the cruise, but one of them includes, now get this, swimming with the dolphins with Kim Russo. How much fun is that?
That's so great.
Yes, so there's excursions, there's workshops. I will be teaching a workshop, 2 workshops. There'll be gallery readings. So it's a little bit of everything plus a vacation. I am not the only spiritual person giving presentations.
Right.
Spiritual presenters. There will be many others. They can check it out on my website at kimthehappymedium.com.
Great. I will have everybody click into that, and I could talk to you for like 12 hours straight, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I can talk to you back.
Now we're gonna wrap up. Maybe you'll come back again, and we can talk some more.
Absolutely.
Kim Russo, The Happy Medium, on behalf of Pop Goes Culture and Wise Brother Media, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you, David. We'll speak soon.
Absolutely.